And hello to all my Leo friends. I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for June 2022. Now today they've dialed up for you a storyline spread. It is a great spread for general readings because it casts a very wide net across the entire spectrum of Leo. It allows me to be quite accurate because it's like a bunch of mini readings all in one. It's a bunch of little readings there. We're telling a bunch of different stories, guys. Now, not every single story is going to resonate with you. It's okay. It's not supposed to. There may be multiple that do, but at the end of the day, it's all about finding the one. There's going to be one in there that's a home run that's all about you. Storylines are also very cool because Spirit can talk about anything they want in there. There is no limitations at all. So we're going to get started with that right now. I'm going to conclude your reading with the Runestone, which is always a lot of fun, and they've asked that I end your reading at the very, very end with animal totems. They want me to do 2 of them, so we're going to be talking about a transition from one into the other and the characteristics that they want you to exude in the month of June. So we're going to get started right now. I'll bring you in so you can watch. Go ahead and hit that like button if you're ready to have a great June. Are we on yet? Come on. There we go. Okay, so we are on and rolling recording. What I'm doing now, I like to do on camera every single time. They are my ritual cuts. Basically cuts each deck into thirds, put them back together in a separate order. Do that with both of these decks here. And then they're ready to go. Now the storyline spread starts with 5 cards, and then I expand it out where it needs to go from there. So here's your base 5. These are the main 5 that I want to show you. And then we'll move them around where they need to go. That's actually going to be the entire thing, guys. The storyline spreads this month have been very short. You know, in the past I've done 5, 6 different stories sometimes, taken up my entire table with cards. So Leo, you guys have been nice and easy on me. I do appreciate that. Let's see what we got here. We're going to go like this. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. Pretty easy. I normally don't tack on too many cards to the pips. These are my kind of minor cards. I do need to tack one onto Mr. King here. And I'm going to do one extra one kind of for the whole story. This is kind of a little bit unscripted and usually not how I do storyline spreads, but that's because I'm so low on cards here that I just need a little bit more information on what we're talking about. Okay, so there's the direction I need there. This one I think is good to go as is. I'm going to kind of move it like this. I'll move my camera around just so you can see it very clearly also. Just need some angel cards. I think we're ready to go. Checking the blockages. Yeah, we have a good distribution, so that's good there. Angel card for every story, and we're ready to go. Whole set. Okay. I am ready. Let's check the camera. I think you can see story 3 on my right. We're just going to do this in order, left to right. Story 2 there in the middle, you can see with the knight at the top. And then my story on my left will be story 1. Let's get started, Leo. All right. Leo, story number 1 is talking about level of heartbreak here that's been pretty rough. Been pretty rough on you. This is going to be probably a smaller portion of my audience, quite frankly. You either know if you've been suffering heartbreak or not, and this may be talking about something that is going on already. This may have already occurred, or this may happen in the month of June. I do feel like this is more kind of has already happened, though, because we have hello from heaven popping in. This is what happens when a deceased loved one wants to kind of wave at you and say, hey, you little, check-in there. Hi, I'm doing good. How you doing? So just saying hi. Doing good. And that's what they're bringing up here. So this heartbreak may actually be about, for some of my Leos, this may be about a deceased loved one. Not going to be for everybody, of course, but we do have hello from heaven, and that's basically what it is. It says your loved ones in heaven are doing fine, let go of worries, and feel their loving blessings. So somebody's taken this opportunity. Maybe the person that is, the cause of this heartbreak, them leaving the earth is not easy for people to deal with. But, in spirituality, death is a very beautiful thing. They get to go home, they get to go to a better place. They get to go to heaven. And, it's us that misses them. We're the ones that actually, are still here, in the prison planet of Earth, and missing their time, missing their attention, missing their love, and it's hard for a lot of people to deal with. Even though most people recognize, and all the major religions also recognize, that there is an everlasting soul. Life does go on after we leave here. Anyway, they talk about the only other thing that's part of story 1 here is there is an inaction with money that they bring up. And this could even be this person that's crossed over that is bringing this up for you. Maybe they're saying there's something that you plan on doing with money and they're saying, you probably shouldn't do that. Maybe just June is not the time for you to do it. Maybe if you were planning on buying a car in June, your loved one here is saying, maybe wait, maybe July, maybe August. We have inaction with money. Not sure what to do with that. You're going to have to pull the context together yourself. But this is probably only for my Leos that are going through a level of heartbreak right now. And this may be unrelated to our loved one that's popping in. For example, this could be going through heartbreak from like a breakup. Could have nothing to do with, your dead grandmother, right? But at the same time, your grandmother could be coming in and, saying, hey, I'm just saying hi and here to help you. Remember that I'm with you here and that you're not alone during this hard time that you're in. That's story number 1, guys. Like I said, probably very specific, less my audience. Story number 2, we do talk about very, very successful something. There's an accomplishment here in the month of June for a lot of my Leos. I feel like this will probably be, well, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but this is more of my audience, definitely than story 1. There is good emotional attachment here. And I feel like a lot of this is love related, guys. They gave me the Knight of Cups next. That is an action in your love corner. So action with family, action with friends, action with your partner, action with the person you're dating that you love. Anybody close to your heart can come in here. I've even seen pets come in here in the love corner. But that is definitely what they're talking about because we have cups on top of cups, and cups are the emotional suit, definitely representative of love. So we have a successful trophy case card. It's like putting a trophy on the shelf. It's like an accomplishment of some form. I don't know what that is for you, but either you've done it or it's going to happen in June, and it's just a good little accomplishment, good little, notch on the wall there. You guys are doing good. They do show gentleness, so it says be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surrounding yourself by good people for the situations, environments are key. So you want to, it lets me know with gentleness that you have to be very, very loving at this time in the month of June. It's going to be important to surround yourself with good people because there's going to be a layer of toxicity here. They didn't say that, but you can just kind of tell. The reason they want you to be gentle and to be around good people is because there's other people that they don't want you to be around. It's kind of like reading between the lines and stating what is not there, coming to conclusions by what's not there. And that's, something I'm very good at, and that's what I pick up with this quite obviously, that there is a level of toxicity that they want you to avoid. It could just be, a bad group of people. It could be a bad environment at work or somewhere else, or, who knows what it is. But we do have a lot of good energy in here. And just a reminder to be gentle with yourself more than anybody else. That's really what they say here is, be kind to yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. Be forgiving of yourself, and definitely don't beat yourself up over things that you're doing now or even things that you've done, in the past, because the past is not real, just like the future is not real. So all we have is the present moment, guys. That's all we have. There's story number 2. Before I get into number 3, which is the long story, I do want to go over your moon cycles with you. I like to give you guys the moon cycle forecast every single month so you know what's coming. First, coming in, we have the full moon energy, June 14th. It's the best time to get anything out of your life. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be in relation to something I talked about. It could be have nothing to do with it at all. But it's the best time to get anything out right in the middle of the month. It doesn't have to be on the 14th. This could be something like purging old emotional baggage, getting rid of a bad habit, selling something. This could be cleaning out a garage, finishing an old project. It's very get it out energy. Could even be getting rid of people. For some of you, you need to get rid of people or get over certain things. That's very full moon energy, guys. Using that full moon to your benefit is key, and it makes life a little easier is what it does. And the new moon is very interesting because it comes in strongest at the end of the month. It's a little bit coming in at the beginning of the month from May. However, it's strongest at the end of the month. That's what I want you guys to focus on, okay? It's actually June 28th. That's when the new moon comes in. That's the best time to bring anything brand new into your life. It could be new love. Let's say you're trying to move love to the next chapter, something like that. The end of June is so much better for it, guys. Even starting something new with health, new diet, new exercise, new job, new financial endeavors. It doesn't matter what it is as long as it's brand new. It is so much better placed at the end of June. If any of this confuses you in any way, I've put together a graphic that makes it a lot easier for you to understand and digest. It's free. It's on my website, scottsagent.com. You go to the videos page. That is where it's parked. It's at the very bottom of that. Check out the moon cycles for June. They give you a little bit of a graphic illustration of how the flow comes in and out and how you can line up important lifestyle decisions to those just to make them stick a little smoother. While you're at the website, make sure you're signed up for the newsletter. It's at the very bottom of every page, I believe. And the newsletter program gets you a couple free readings every year. I take great care of my newsletter people. They all got free readings last month, trying out a brand new product that I'm very proud. I'm going to talk about that momentarily, but first, signing up to the newsletter is a no-brainer. You get promo codes anytime I don't have anything going on, so you're always saving money on readings. You're always getting the updates. I only send one newsletter email every month, so it's a no-brainer. Sign up for that. So the Health or Chakra Scrub is my brand new product that launched last month. It's an audio product. It's a mini product. It's extremely accurate because it's all about you. There is no bubble energy here for, we have a lot of Leos tuning in. We're sharing energy with all of them. The mini readings, all of my services are actually all about you. They're all personalized. I don't do any generic personal products. I give away generic personal products here for you guys for free, but all of my website services are personalized just to you. No shared energy whatsoever. And the Health or Chakra Scrub does one or the other. We talk about your physical health, or we talk about your spiritual health, whichever you prefer with the chakras. And also, the other mini products that I have are the My Month. The My Months are very popular. It talks all about your month, a little bit of numerology involved in there too. And also the Angel Protection and Animal Totem package, and that one you get both. That is a mini reading as well, and that's a very deep dive into some very insightful stuff. We're actually doing an animal totem at the end of this one, but again, this is for Leo, not for you specifically. This is for all of the sign, all the astrological zodiac. So that is the website stuff. Make sure you check all that out, guys. Very important. Let's go into your story 3 right now. Story 3, we talk about a level of financial loss. Some of my Leos either forked out a ton of money for something recently, or have been hit with some, debt coming back, or just some, heavy expenses, something like that. They show the bankruptcy card. It usually means not necessarily bankruptcy, but, a heavy chunk of money being moved. Usually in the wrong direction. I mean, we want it coming into us. In this case, it's going out, So they do show actually blocked money right behind that. I have the King of Pentacles inverted, and they're saying that this affects the family. We have the family a little upside down. So just make sure your finances are in check. I'm telling a story that is not very positive here, and it's not because they're trying to be negative at all. They're trying to warn you of something here, especially if you're not in my first 2 stories. If you have disconnected from those first 2 stories, please keep tight look of your finances in the month of June, because there's something coming in here, and it might be something that has nothing to do with any of your actual choices. This may be just circumstantial. For example, you might have a refrigerator break. It's not your fault, but now you need to keep your food cold, so you got to go and fork out a ton of money to go buy a new refrigerator. And of course, I'm just kind of giving you an idea of what this energy is. It's probably not exactly that. And the other thing that it can be is, you just get hurt. Maybe you're hurt. You pull something, you twist an ankle, something like that, and now you can't work, for an amount of time. Maybe you don't have the leave or the annual leave or the sick leave to be able to get paid for being out of work if you get hurt. They do give me my injury card next, and that's why I brought that up, because there is an injury proneness attached to story 3 here. So this could be minor. For some Leos, it will be. It could be like stubbing a toe or sleeping funny and you hurt your neck, or getting a really bad migraine for like a day and a half. That's certainly the minor version of this. And then the major version of this could be like spraining an ankle, breaking a bone, something severe. Hopefully it's none of that. But there's an injury proneness regardless of where that hits here. So there's not a whole lot we can really do about it, except just maybe be a little cautious. There's only so much you can do. Look where you walk, make sure that there's lighting that you can see, where you're walking on the sidewalk, or, probably bad idea to go jogging at night, stuff like that. I mean, you can get out in front of it to a point, but at the end of the day, this is a tough one to avoid. Just like that financial loss, whatever it is. If the refrigerator breaks, how do you avoid that? You know what I mean? Like, you can't give it CPR and bring it back to life, or, so what are you going to do? They do show angel therapy here for my angel card. This is interesting because I don't see this one come up very much. It's one of my rare ones that almost is just like lost and forgotten. I almost forget it's in there. But it says first of all, it's Archangel Raphael coming in here saying to give your cares and worries to the angels and allow them to take away your burdens. So basically hand it off. Your angel team, your guides, your spirit guides, even your loved ones on the other side are going to be helping you through this. If you're in a situation here in story 3 that's financial, or, an injury, and maybe both. Maybe they're both tied together in some way here. Just know that, they're going to help you through it. You have help going on the other side here, and on a great deal. This is not just a small little deal. This is a big deal. It's a big angel. And they're saying that they're there to help you. So just know that any adversity that you face in the month of June, if you're here in Story 3, you're going to be okay. You're going to get through it. And this is just a bump in the road. So, you hit that speed bump on the road, you slow down for it. It slows things down for a little bit, and then after you clear it, you get back up to speed and you keep going. And that's really the energy here in Story 3 that I want all of my Leos to exude, if this is you. Now let's get into your Runestone, guys. This is the part of the reading. I need to thank you so much for all of your support, because this is my 1-year anniversary on YouTube. I've been reading tarot for 8 years, but on YouTube for 1. So thank you guys for everything, all the love and support. It's been a lot of hard work, but very rewarding at the same time. So here's a Runestone for the month of June, guys. Actually held it the wrong way here. It's this way. There we go. I'm going to show you a close-up on the screen anyway. But this is the Runestone for initiation. One that I have not done before in a general reading. Initiation is very interesting because it's setting the stage for something of what comes next. It's like a prequel. It's the preface, the prequel, something that happens before the prerequisite. This is needed to happen first before something important that follows. So it's getting things straight in the month of June. It's initiating, getting ready so that you can knock this out. Maybe it's July when the big stuff hits. Maybe this is just kind of getting you ready for certain things. We're trying to clear up some heartbreak here. We're trying to get the love corner here in order. Be kind to yourself. Over here in Story 3, we're trying to get the financial and injury thing settled straight so that maybe when July hits, that it's going to be massively huge and important for a lot of my Leos. Now, what you can see quite obviously, at least from my point of view here, is that they gave you very different stories. These stories are not like each other at all. So the likelihood is you're not going to connect to multiple stories. You're probably going to connect to just one. And that's where you need to really focus on the information that's in there, because they bring up initiation. So this information for you is setting the stage for something important that follows. Now let's get into your animal totem. They may give us some more information about that. Here we're getting 2 animal totems for you guys. I believe those are both doable and both on my list. I have a huge list of animal totems that I have not committed to memory yet because there is just so many of them. At some point I will learn them all. All right, so here we go. We are moving Leo from a jellyfish into a jaguar. Holy moly, 2 very different animals. Starting from very, very soft and delicate into an animal that is much more rugged, one that you cannot, push and kill and destroy. A jaguar is, you go and poke a jaguar, you're gonna lose a finger, an arm, or maybe your whole life. But yeah, jellyfish obviously has some sting to it, and that's part of it too. Maybe they want you to lessen your sting. Don't be so worried about fighting back, and watch the words that are coming out of your mouth a little bit. Taste them before you spit them. Some of you Leos may be a little bit brash or work very strongly with your emotions. If you're very emotionally charged, you may say some things that you don't necessarily mean or that you will regret. The month of June is a time to get away from the sting, because that's what we have. We have a transition from jellyfish into jaguar. So we're moving away from the sting. We're also moving away from the soft body. Okay, being delicate. So you're being strong and taking care of yourself, but in a very different way. The jaguar is more kind of back scene. There's a better word for it. I can't think of it right now, but he's not in the forefront. He's not on the front burner. He's more back burner. I guess that was probably it. So he's jaguars are either black or they're yellow with the pattern, but they're very nocturnal creatures. A lot of times they're not often seen. They're very stealthy. They work behind the scenes, and the jellyfish, they don't really care. They're just floating around and doing their thing, worried about very mundane tasks like eating and staying afloat, where the jaguar is much more complicated, much more complex. So we're moving away from that jellyfish energy, getting into the jaguar energy. So they do still want you to defend yourself, just without the sting. Only bite off the finger that pokes you directly. The example I gave you, that's for sure a big part of it. The other parts of it is that, the Jaguar is stealthy and, nocturnal. So you may want to consider getting some more things done at night. Also kind of flying under the radar. You don't want to be front and center and be like, the center of attention, whether it's at work or home or whatever. Don't be the, what do they call it? The attention whore, of I need attention now. I need, to be the center of attention always. Don't be that way in June. It's much better for you to kind of be under the radar, just kind of be cool. And, take your defensive approach differently, like I just explained. I'm not going to explain it again. I think I did a thorough job of giving you the example there. So Jaguar is also at the top of the food chain, so he doesn't really need to worry about stuff, but at the same time, he still chooses to be stealthy. He's not like, the lion that's just out there and like, what are you going to do about it? He's much more cunning, much more smart. So in the same way, they want you to be cunning and smart and a little bit nocturnal in the month of June. So all things to consider as you move forward with your month. So that is going to be the entire reading, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please remember to like and subscribe so you see the future videos. I do these every single month. Take care and have a great June.